Fill her up.
You're listening to the Gas Digital Network.
What do you get when you mix two white boys, both named Mike? A thing for Justin Timberlake and a piercing above your eye. Was he high? Their stories alone could make you cry. That's when you want to make your Irish goodbye.
In like a loving way, but you have the mannerisms of an ostrich. Yeah, you were just, as the show's leading in, you're just bottom shaking.
Yeah.
You know, you were shaking your tail feather.
Well, I was doing it both because I'm in a good mood. I feel good, but I also am freezing.
Which is crazy because it is not cold.
I know,
here.
it's not really cold, but the AC is blowing directly on me, and also I just came from and then I also just came from filming Mike Takes Edibles in the park, so I'm fresh in the midst of a pretty fun time. I'm irresponsible,
Right.
because this is work.
This is work.
What am I doing?
I'll tell you what we're doing, introducing the show. Welcome, everybody, to another episode of Irish Goodbye Podcast, a storytelling podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Mike Feeney, being joined with me, as always,
By Mike Cannon.
Wow.
Yeah,
This is great.
This shirt was the object of somebody's affection
Of
not
who?
too long ago.
A normal, sane person?
No. I was just in Washington Square Park. Which I haven't
ground
been...
zero.
Yeah, dude.
Ground zero for insanity.
It's insane. There's like, I mean, I don't know. Good on them. But there's like girls sunbathing in bikinis and shit like that. And then literal zombies like on the bike path 8 feet away.
Yeah.
It's like, what? You just are trusting of society to break that up.
Yeah.
These guys could go full, just like they have nothing to live for.
The zombies?
Yeah, what? You're half paying attention to me, you're half paying attention to something
a lot
else.
going on behind you. You're
Damn
lucky
it.
you can't see it. It's
I
so
know.
distracting.
Oh, but now
It's like
all in my
windshield
head.
wipers on high back there. I'm like, just want to see where they go.
Yeah, so we're sitting, me and Lucas, oft talked about, giant hands, giant feet, mule cock, young man. He and I were filming Mike Takes Edibles episode 5.
Does he take edibles too?
He does, yeah, as a matter of fact.
So he's under the influence as well.
He's
at
a
the time
bit,
of-
yeah. So I think the whole thing just is authentic to the experience, you know?
Yes.
So sometimes we just forget to press record.
Yeah. Did that happen?
No, not at all. Instead, so this is what happened. We get there, and sometimes now in the show, I'm trying to do like activities during it. Like with Brendan, I did a free throw shooting competition.
Funtivities.
Yeah, funtivities. And that I did cornhole in an episode of that before. And then so for this one, I was in Dick's Sporting Goods yesterday, and I found this like chipping thing, which looked like skee ball. You know, it had 3 holes in it, and it labeled points for each one. And I was like, perfect activity for Mike Takes Edibles.
Sure.
Looks great, right? So we get to Washington Square Park. The entire, the only place without people looks like a dead elephant's back. Like, it's got that type of surface. Like, just kind of dry and wet dirt.
Yeah, a couple pieces of blades of grass coming up, but they're also scorched.
Yeah, tufts.
Yeah.
You know? Real tufts.
Yeah.
All right. And sorry, that felt good to say. And I thought you were gonna.
You wanted me to repeat it?
I thought you were gonna get in on tufts.
No, I'm gonna let you have it.
All right. So we get there, and it's going great. We take this edible that somebody gave me at Uncle Vinny's, which is like, oh, okay, he's like, it really made me crazy. That's what he said when he gave me the edible.
Okay.
He's like, don't take the whole thing. So I took half, and Lucas took half. The whole thing was $2.25, so we each took about $1.12.
Wow.
Ish, which is a healthy amount, one of which I'm still experiencing.
Wow. How many hours ago was this?
3.
Oh, yeah. You're not off that ride.
No, not at all. That's why hold me. Like, hold me,
Explains
support
the
me, help
chills.
me. Yeah, I mean, it's everything. It's what I need. I need your hands to guide me
Get
through
them away
this.
from me. I also, but then you also rolled a blunt.
Several. We rolled a blunt in. So
there too.
There in the park too, just to kick
I
things
meant
off.
like moments before this.
Oh yeah, so 2 blunts. It just sometimes it needs a restart.
For sure.
A shove.
Just
in
when
the
you think the
direction.
dissension might begin, you knock
you
it back up to the top.
fake. Pump fake.
Yeah,
you know?
pump fake your sobriety.
That's right. Pump fake your soul.
Oh.
Yeah. So that's too deep, man.
Yeah, it's all right.
Yeah. So we're there, and we get through like 2 rounds, right? Through a half hour and then an hour.
Sure.
And then while I go and get waters, I come back, and as we're sitting there, and we're like clearly in this one little area. It's not big, but these women and a dude come over, and they have a stroller and like a couple bags or whatever, and we're like, all right, and they like park right next to us, and Lucas, who's young and brash and like has no fear of conflict,
he's really brash
whatsoever. It's insane, dude. He goes up and he's like, "Oh, could you actually like move down a little bit because this is we're shooting something." And they're like, "Oh yeah, no problem at all." And we're like, "Wow, super cool." And they, he set up the tripod, whatever. They move like 8 feet away. Barely any. And we're like, all right, that's weird that there's all this grass, there's all this space. And then after we shoot the thing, I'm chipping, we notice they're breaking out full instruments and speakers and creating a park concert right next to us in the middle of this thing. And
speakers facing you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Facing us, box drums, like the whole fucking thing, right? Rattles.
Oh, man, that must have been such a fun moment for them when they, like, placated Lucas and was like, yeah, sure, we'll move down, dude, not a problem at all. We'll just set up our little thing, whatever we're doing, right over here. And they're like, these fucking...
And not only that, they still set up exactly right on the spot. So they just bullied us out of the spot.
Yeah.
They're like, and right after, this is what happened. That's how they took over, is we filmed the chip thing right after they moved down. And then they're like, we can use this space now, right? And we were like, what? And they're like, they set up. And we were like, bam, dominated, dude.
Socially dominated.
Absolutely. I had a disadvantage, but I also put myself there.
Sure.
Yeah. So it's unbelievable because not only is it an acoustic, whatever the fuck, it's a kids sing-along. So all these strollers, all these kids come pouring in.
Yeah.
And there's also one happening 30 feet that way.
Oh, no.
It's insane, dude. And this one is in Spanish. And the one that's taken over our space, and then that one is in English, and just all these vagrants are walking over. This guy, walked over. He's a giant dude, and I could smell him from 15 feet away.
Sure.
And he goes, he walks over and he's like, "Where'd you get that Zooted shirt?" And I was like, Chipperson.com.
Yeah.
And he goes, "Who is he?" I said, "He's a podcaster." And he looked at the camera and he goes, "Are you guys podcasting?" And I was like, "No, we're just shooting stuff." And he goes, "Oh, I'm sorry I bothered you." And then walked away and he goes, Chipperson. I go, .com. And he goes, .com. And kept walking. And I was like, holy shit.
Now to find out what a .com is.
Yeah, he just picks a squirrel up off the ground and wipes sweat off his face.
Now here's the thing, and that's crazy that happened with them dominating you like that and stuff. But I will say it's also boo on you two for thinking that Washington Square Park was big enough to set up. It's such a small park.
Yeah.
I mean, between that, even Union Square Park is too small. Yeah. If you wanted like privacy in New York City on a beautiful, the best park summer day, you got to go
really
Central
nice.
Park or Prospect Park.
Yeah,
that's
you're
the only
right.
place you get space. You guys you might as well go to Tompkins Park. It's like
we might as well have gotten on a patch of grass on the sidewalk. Yeah. I mean, we might as well
and then be flummoxed while there were others passing.
How dare these people just bump into our structure this whole time? Yeah, and then we like filmed some stuff where I'm just walking around with borderline camping equipment and he's going like on his skateboard and swooping past me and like weaving in and out of people. There's Hare Krishnas over here. There's people like sword swallowing. A guy on a 12-foot bike. I've like never seen anything like it. It's like New York is hilarious, dude. You just look around and if you're just like, this is a fucking
if we just get off our phones once in a while, if we just take the time to disconnect, then maybe that's when we get to see the real culture that is New York City, and then maybe then we wouldn't be so blind to one another and our personal feelings.
That's exactly what I said into my Instagram story.
We also had to talk about Sagalow's birthday.
Oh yeah,
we went to his party.
Oh yeah, let's talk about that.
That was fun. That was a fun. We saw each other every day from Thursday through Sunday, I think.
We did. We had a friends weekend.
We had a friends weekend. We went Friday. That was Sagalow's birthday, right? So we're coming to do. Sagalow was having a show and a comedy show they were putting on. He was on it, and a bunch of comics were going to go. So where were you coming from?
Oh,
you
so
have
I have a whole. I forgot about this. Oh my God, I'm not even high anymore, dude. No, so I'm coming from Rockland, and of course, like at this point, my mom actually just let me have her car for the summer because she doesn't need it.
Yeah.
And so now Nicole and I have 2 cars, which is endlessly helpful in the exchange of just you go to work and I can go to work and we have a babysitter and somebody, all that shit. So now that's solved. This was not when it was solved. And Nicole, we were like doing a relay where Nicole was getting back and then I was leaving for the city. So I had to leave a little late. And then I went and was picking up Lucas because he was going to come to Sagalow's party.
Sure.
And it's wildly out of the way.
Bushwick,
Brooklyn. Yeah, well, Bushwick, that's the party. Lucas, I was on the east side, I think, and he was on fucking, West Bumblefuck, and I go drive over there and get caught in every traffic ever.
Yeah.
Every direction. So at one point, I'm making a right onto Bowery to finally get over the Williamsburg Bridge. We've been in traffic for like 40 minutes at this point. I keep hitting this. This is...
What? Oh, that's a shame.
God damn it. I've been neutered.
Mike has the soundboard this week, and he finally built up the courage to press it, and nothing came out. And it's so fun.
Go ahead, press it. I'm sorry.
And also because with great power comes great responsibility, because you have to make sure you don't press certain drops.
I know. I know.
It's a minefield. Those could have been removed,
my hand
but
was
they
like
weren't.
this, and I almost slipped into a bad one. Into a no-no zone. I don't even know why they're up there.
So you're going over because
they work now. By the way,
they want us to fail. They're setting.
Yeah, they're hoping,
but it makes it fun.
Yeah.
It's like makes everything high
It's
stakes.
a tightrope walk.
Yeah.
High stakes indeed. So you're going to Bowery.
So we're finally out of this hellish traffic, and we're making a right onto Bowery, and in the lane to go right, there's like a blockage. All these cars just kind of block up. So I put my blinker on and go around them and make the right from behind them into the wide lane, right? What the fuck was that? Did a fly? Did I just catch a fly that landed in my
That would
mouth?
be like the second time this month.
What the fuck?
For the record, I saw nothing.
I didn't see it either.
Yeah. I think you just kind of lost it.
No, it was something. I had something in my hand.
Nothing. Even when you let it go, you just...
Did I just enter a fugue state?
Yeah. Yeah. So
all right.
It could just be like phantom fly from the edibles.
But phantom fly.
But
oh, that's right, phantom fly. So Bowery, as I make the right around the blockage, there's a fucking young officer standing in the middle of the street, and he had pulled over a car before me, and then he goes, pull over to me. And I'm like livid.
How late are you?
I'm so late. I'm the latest. It's like now the show started, and I'm
in Bowery. Not in all the way Bushwick, Brooklyn.
Yeah. So I pull over, and the cop goes to the front car, and I know what I did was not illegal. I know what I did was a legal move, and so I hope. I acted like it. So he pulls over the front car, and he gets their license, and he leaves with a piece of paper, and he's like walking back to his car, and then he pulls over, and then he stops before getting to his car, and he comes back to my window, Lucas's window, and we roll it down, and I go, "Why did you pull me over?" And he goes, "Well, you made a right from the left lane, did you not?" And I said, "No, I did not. This is what I did." And I told him exactly what I did. I said, which is a legal maneuver and also a safe one, since there was a blockage causing a lot of cars to stick out in the middle of the fucking intersection.
Yeah.
And he's just like, where are you going? I said, a comedy show. And he goes, where? I said, in Bushwick. And he goes, and I go, do you want to see my headshot?
Yeah.
I go, do you want to see my headshot? Do you want to see the poster for the show? And he was like, and I pulled up the poster. I go, there's the poster. And he looks at it and he was like, what's the address here? And I said, whatever. And then he goes, what's the address in your GPS? I'm like, what does this have to do with anything?
Yeah.
I was like, what is this? What's going on right now? While you've been doing this, while you've been questioning me, 14 people have done the exact same motherfucking thing, and you're doing nothing but making me late for work.
Yeah.
This is literally what I said. Lucas is sitting there
Are you
just like...
FaceTiming? Are you on Instagram Live while
I'm
doing this?
Facebook Live and being
You're
like,
just-
and I'm practicing my Second Amendment right.
Yeah, you're just every straight white person who's like, see, we all have to go through this.
No, but I was just so annoyed because I just had a fucking frustrating day.
Sure.
We were talking about it, that sometimes there are days where it feels like you're sprinting towards a door and somebody's waiting and holding it.
Yeah.
And the moment
like that
you
jackass prank with the hand.
Yeah, just like throwing the door shut in your face as hard as possible. And that was one of those days, and I was so just like I was like
Not having
it. And so he's like, oh, what's in the GPS? And then I pulled it up and I go, look, matches the poster. What's going on, man? Like, what are we doing here? And he's like, okay. He's like, you can go. And I was like, all right, thanks. And he's like, yeah. And then he walked away. And then I spent 45 minutes looking for parking in Bushwick.
And that's where I enter the story because my night started exactly the same. I was home. I ate dinner with Erica. We had a nice, relaxing time. I was like, oh, the show's starting. I'm gonna head over there. So I head over there. Going over to Brooklyn, there wasn't any traffic, of course. But then when I got there, I was coming up on the GPS, and I go, I'm only 2 blocks away. So I do that thing where I go, it says your destination's coming, so I'll start looking for parking. And then the first block away from the thing, there was like no parking. And then the block that's right before the place, there was an immediate parking spot open and glowing. So I just pulled right into that. And as I'm reversing into that, Mike walks by 25 yards in front of Lucas, just going, just fast walking, muttering while I'm like reversing. I'm like, Mike, hey! And Mike's like, doesn't even hear me. He's like frantically. I see him looking where, like, do I turn? Do I go back in? So I pull right into the spot. Can't be taught. And then I meet up with you, and then Brendan's there. There's like 8,000.
45 minutes to find a parking spot about a half a mile minimum away
Way
from
further,
the spot.
for sure.
Yeah,
but we'll get to that. But so so there's the show, which you go on, right?
Eat a sack of shit. Just makes
the trip even better.
A burlap 27-gallon sack of fresh shit. And it was like, even making fun of myself they were just agreeing for the most part.
Yeah.
It was all that type of thing. Brendan's over there hallucinating on mushrooms. Yeah. And he's like having the time of his life watching me bomb. And I just looked him in the eyes and I said, your birthday is my worst day.
I walked up to that because there was 70 comedians, I think, on the street. Yes. And I was like, oh my God, this show's packed. And then I went in there and saw it.
There's 6 chicks. Basically, 6 22-year-old white
you have
chicks,
to yell,
which is exactly the type of crowd you want.
So you go up, Brendan goes up, and Brendan just starts spiraling at this point because he's on mushrooms. So
well, he was just talking about his day,
listing a laundry list of events.
He's like, wow, I didn't expect this.
Yeah.
He's like adjusting himself.
What'd you say, Alex?
I've seen a few comics go up on mushrooms after having a day of mushrooms with them, and that's always how they play it.
Yeah.
Sincere.
Here's what I've been doing.
I just feel like they'll feel my sincerity and reward me for it.
And it couldn't have gone worse. And Brendan I like dick. There you go. Sure.
So I get to host.
There you go. Brendan comes off. He's on stage and he's panicking. We start setting up the cake for him, and you're like, "Where's Lucas? Where's Lucas?" You're like running through the crowd. Brendan's like, "I gotta get out of here soon." And you're like, "Oh God," because you had this whole idea of getting the candles. So you go to start putting. You're like, "I'll just do it." You run over. You start putting the candles on it. You light it. You burn your first finger.
Oh, I burned my thumb so much I had a bubble on top of it, dude. It fucking sucked.
Then you lit it a different way fucking burned that finger.
Yeah, man. I had
Just the worst day ever.
singed fingers. Everything punished me on that day.
Brendan's just trying to survive his set, and he's like, I don't even know why I'm still up here. And then you walk right up, just going happy, and it ruined his set. And
I didn't ruin his set.
He put it out of his misery.
I saw what everybody saw, which was Brendan would have never gotten off stage.
No.
He would have been up there for hours if anybody let him. And just like
the kid was out on his feet.
Yeah.
So then afterwards, we're
Really
just hanging
fun,
out. We're just hanging out. Every single person has weed, and then it gets too out of control too fast. And we had to do, which I thought was both. I consider such a luxury that we both had this. We had a stoned alliance.
What?
You and I.
Oh, right.
We had like a stoned allegiance where we go like, you don't leave my site and I won't leave your site because we're both. There was so many people on the sidewalk and nobody's wearing masks, and every once in a while we're in a circle of talking to comics, and then other circles start getting close to us, and suddenly I feel like I'm in Grand Central at rush hour, and there were so many people around there. We'd be like, we gotta get out of here.
I would just stand there and be like, 14 months.
Yeah.
14 months. I love this.
Yeah. So and I'm in the sling, so every single person's like, dude, what happened? And the first 11
Fake karate chopping.
Yeah, the first 11 people I told the story to, and then after that I'm like, nothing. Just attention. But I don't even know how that night really ended. You just
well, it ended.
Oh no, wait. So that's the point. So then you go. Well, that was it. We had smoked, and then you go. We should smoke more. I have Dutchess in my car. Let's go to my. Do you want to take a walk? And I'm like, I'll go for a walk. It's too many people here anyway. So we start walking to your car, and then like it's that thing of in the background, like the sun comes up and goes down, and the moon follows it, and the sun comes back up, and we're on our Lord of the Rings journey to Mike's car, which is parked in Middle Earth somewhere, and we get there, and Mike takes off his jacket, he throws it down, we're talking about whatever the fuck and comedy and all this stuff. You'd have a sip of water, we close it, we start walking back to the thing, we start our descent back, we walk through what was just
I was also dropping off my jacket and hoodie.
Yeah,
because it was warm.
We walked
and
through.
I wore both of them on stage. Yeah. So while I was bombing, I was in like a fucking Samoan igloo.
Yeah.
Samoan igloo. Is that right?
It couldn't be more opposite things.
Definitely
Samoan
not.
is Hawaii.
Yeah.
What's igloo?
That's like an ice house.
It's like saying like it's too.
I know what an igloo is, but who lives in one?
Eskimos.
That's
the
word I was looking for.
You said two opposite. It'd be saying like LeBron Griffey Jr. Like you just said, you took two things.
Yeah. Oh man, imagine that guy, LeBron Griffey Jr.
There'd be no stopping him.
Hit 800-foot home runs.
Yeah.
To the right field triple deck.
So we're walking back from your car, and we walk through. All of a sudden, there's like an active war zone in one of the because we took a different direction back to the thing. There's just people on the phone be like, I don't give a fuck what he says. He doesn't have the money. It's a fucking problem. We're like, oh hey, we're like walking. It's a guy yelling in his driveway as we're just slowly walking past him and everything.
And we're to add to it, we're freshly high on a journey to get more high.
Yes. So we're walking, and
we're heightened sensitive wise.
So we get about we make one wrong turn, and then we realize we're like, oh, we're only like a block away now. We're just about here, and then you go, I forgot the Duchess. And then we have to go all the way back to the car, past the guy still screaming like, these motherfuckers coming by a second time? And then you gotta go all the way back to the car.
I won't recognize you because you took off your hoodie and jacket?
Yeah. And then we made it back, and then I think by that point it had been the next morning.
Yeah. It was dawn. But we got there, the party was still crazy.
Oh, and then a great moment that I remember after all of that is we're talking to, and this was such a sobering thing. It was me, you, Julia Solomon, Anthony DeVito, and I think Sagalow was there as well. And we're talking, again, everybody's just littered on the sidewalk. And this comedy show is in the back of a bodega, but it's still all apartments. It's a residential area. It's New York City.
Well, and the back of the bodega looked like a tree fort.
Yeah, exactly. So it was very loud. Like we kept saying the whole night, like, man, if I were the neighbors, I'd be furious how loud it is right now. And there's also a DJ playing, like it's very loud. So we're standing, next to an apartment building, and it's a ground floor, and there's a window right next to our faces, and we're all talking and we're laughing and we're yelling, just
screaming.
I think at one point we're like, let's see who could scream the loudest. And so, and dude, in the middle of doing it, and we're all talking about like, what'd you got? You smoke weed? And then a 2 or 3 year old Max, a 3-year-old in pajamas, pulls the curtain back with a binky in her mouth, holding a teddy bear, and just is like
at eye level,
just staring directly at us, like, you don't know why I sleep. And then we all went like. We all bent down, picked up all of our shit, and walked away.
Yeah, 8 feet.
8 feet. And then we started playing bongos.
Yeah.
But it was it was such a cartoonish thing.
Yeah, it was like Maggie Simpson.
It was Maggie Simpson.
Yeah.
It was absolutely terrifying. Not as terrifying as reading these 5-star reviews, which are fantastic and a delight, frankly, every single time.
Scary.
Yeah, so go to Irish Goodbye Podcast on iTunes, leave a review, tell a friend, share the pod, follow us on social media at Irish Goodbye Pod, and send us email, irishgoodbyepodcast@gmail.com. If you got a story, we'll read it on the air. And if you want to support the show in other ways, go to gasdigitalnetwork.com. Use the promo code IGP. You get a 7-day free trial to Gas Digital Network, which gives you all the other episodes we have. We have over 230 at this point, so you get pretty much 215 or something like that for behind the paywall, and then you can listen to all of our bonus content, all the other podcasts on the network, their bonus content, their backlogged episodes. There's like tens of thousands of hours of content, and you get a week free trial, so you can try and burn through as much of that as possible, and that also gives you a discount to podcast merch, which look at that, we got tees, hoodies, and it's a beautiful time to pick one up.
We should get condoms.
Condoms, eh?
Yeah, I want to be involved in the design process.
Yeah.
Like, I want real condoms, like, not just like, oh, the Irish Goodbye logo is on it. I want to design the materials.
Okay.
And do the science.
All right. Yeah, Mike's writing it down. He's fast at work.
Cool.
We should. You guys, that's the whole thing. Support the show. Tell people about it. We love you guys. If you guys want to see me, go to MikeFeeneyComedy.com, where I'll have
Mike fucking Feeney!
It's the smattering of applause that it undoes the good.
It sucks.
It purposely feels disrespectful.
Yeah.
If anything, it should be a stadium applause.
Yeah.
MikeFeeneyComedy.com for dates. I'll be at Uncle Vinny's. I'll be at Alex just showed her entire inbox for everybody.
Write a note to yourself on Gmail that
I'll be at Middletown, Connecticut, June 19th. I'm bringing this really funny comedian Andrew Casertano with me up to this brewery show. So if you're in town, come see me.
He's so funny, man.
He's a fun little weirdo. Point Pleasant, New Jersey, July 9th, and then August I'll be at Mohegan Sun. Other dates coming in. Again, MikeFeeneyComedy.com, and go watch my special Rage Against the Routine on my YouTube channel and subscribe while you're there. YouTube.com/MikeFeeneyComedy.
All right.
Michael Shane.
MikeCannonComedy.com for dates. It is. And it's off. Can I see those? I don't remember. This weekend, if you're watching live and you live in New York, Poughkeepsie, New York, Laugh It Up Comedy Club. I'm there Friday and Saturday night, 3 shows. Come out to that. It's going to be super fun. KP Burke is opening up on Friday, so KP. That's going to be super fun. And looking forward to it. And then July 8th through 10th, I'm going to be at Comics Mohegan Sun in Uncasville, Connecticut. And then in October, I'm doing a run Columbus, Ohio at the Walrus. And then on the 9th, I'm going to be at the McHenry Theater. I forget what town it is in Illinois. Tickets will be available soon. And then the 10th and 11th, I'm going to be at Zany's Comedy Club. Brendan Sneaky Raccoon is going to be there for all those dates.
Hell yeah.
So that's going to be a real fun run. And then, Skankfest, all that shit.
Also check out Here's the Scenario podcast.
Oh, yeah.
You can check
Speaking
it out
of
on
that
iTunes or go
boy.
to patreon.com/scenario pod. That's with Brendan, myself, and Mike, answering hypotheticals, scenarios, what ifs, all that silly stuff. So be sure to check that out. And Alex, where can people find you?
You could follow me on Twitter and Instagram at I am Alex Scar, and check out my podcast, Broad Topics, TOPIX, with Kim Congdon, here on Gas Digital every Thursday at 9:30, or you could catch it for free on iTunes and YouTube every Monday.
And I'm G Mike across all platforms. Also, follow the show on Instagram and Twitter, Irish Goodbye Podcast.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
God damn.
What?
Got a bunch of lung butter.
Okay, I gotta get into this thing.
Yeah.
Do you mind?
No,
Can I kick it?
Yes, you can.
Alex, can I kick it? It's too long.
Kick it.
Kick it? What the fuck?
What kind of call and response bullshit is that? Cannon already said with the end. You never heard that song?
No.
Get out! Get out!
You Gen Z
Mike.
piece of shit.
You're taking over.
I'm technically a millennial.
Can I kick it? Kick it! Alex, you're gonna catch a ton of heat on Twitter for that.
Oh, man.
Yeah. You know this song.
Can I kick it?
Yes, you can.
Okay.
All right. Well, get us off. We're gonna get taken off of YouTube. Can we get demonetized? Yes, we can. So let's kick it. All of this has been so embarrassing the last 2 minutes for all of us for different reasons.
Yeah. I'm like, I have been lost in my own galaxy. I am out to fucking lunch.
I've been looking at you a few times where I've seen you open mouth looking in a different direction.
Yeah, my eyes are unfixed. I'm seeing different layers of this dimension. There's nothing that's happening verbally that I have been paying attention to for at least 3 minutes.
Well, I don't. Well, you'll pay attention to this.
I'm in.
'cause this is- yeah. So this is a fun thing that happened that I got to witness. And I will preface this by saying my mom came up to New York, and she was in town for a weekend, so we spent the whole time hanging out with her, which was great because I hadn't seen her in 6-7 months or whatever. So one of the nights we were watching a movie. And I also want to I took diligent notes about this story I'm about to tell. So some of it I do need to read from because I feel like it sums up the mood better than I can right
Gotcha.
now. But I also wrote I might have been a little high. So
Sure. Can I ask questions as you're telling?
Yes, please. Okay. So initially, this is my setup that I thought would be good to say. I go, I don't know what series of tragedies bestruck these people I'm about to tell you about before they got to me. All I know is what I saw. So that's basically it. The translation, you could tell their day leading up to this was a full disaster. Okay, and this is who I'm talking about. We're watching a movie. It's 10:30 at night, and
Who's we? Just
my mom, Erica, and I sitting on the couch watching that movie, Promising Young Woman, pretty great. And all of a sudden at 10:30 at night, this day, by the way, this was that week when it was fucking freezing in New York City. It was 48 degrees and absolute downpouring sheets of rain, like cold rain. Okay, so we're watching the movie 10:30 at night. All of a sudden, we start hearing beeping, which is like that's normal to happen on our street. So we don't look, but the beeping keeps going so much so that we could hear it over the movie and through the rain. So we go over to the window, and there is a giant like Penske box truck, like a moving truck, like a full-sized one that is angled up, like they tried to pull onto a driveway, but then like realized their ass was sticking out too much and was blocking the single lane road. So they were trying to reverse back, and there is a long row of cars all waiting and honking, and they're trying to reverse back into the street to go move somewhere else, but now they're too close to the parked cars, so they're about to hit it. So the cars are honking and honking and honking, and the guy who's driving is like, just fucking tell me. And the guy is outside in the rain. His buddy is in the rain going, just cut it. You got to cut it. They're screaming at one another. So stressed. Everyone, honking, honking.
I have so much anxiety.
Honking and honking. And he just, eventually, he makes the whole block has to move their cars back a little bit so that he could eventually reverse out. And then he goes around the block so all the cars could come. And then he comes back and he double parks. Which would prove to be his downfall because
So he'd block the entire lane.
But he was basically yes, but he did it in a way where, like, I guess compact cars could get through.
Okay.
Trucks, on the other hand, it wouldn't work. So they're furious. So he comes back around. He comes around the block again. And now with the movies, fuck the movie. We're watching this. This is the show. The guy comes back around. He double parks. He gets out of the car. He slams the door. Because you got to think also, he's moving. They're moving at 10:30 at night. So much has gone wrong. The traffic they must have been in from wherever.
Moving?
They're moving in. They're moving in. They have a full amount of things to unload.
I just thought this was a story of a delivery man.
No. This is what it turns out to be 3 people, but there's 2 guys. So they're in the moving truck, and now again, because you start thinking you're like 10:30 at night. They're just getting here. Think on a Friday night, and you're like, all the traffic they must have sat in. They must have had a big plan for the day, and it's all. And then the guy tries to pull over into the driveway, and everyone's honking. So he's fucking pissed. So he comes around the block. He gets out of the car. He slams the door. He goes to the back. Again, pouring rain. Pouring cold rain. He takes that ramp, that long, heavy ramp that you have to drive the dolly up and down. He rips it out as hard as he can. Rips it out. Slams it on the ground. It makes a shattering, howling noise. Howling?
I knew exactly what it meant.
Harrowing.
Yeah.
And so he starts coming off the ramp, and he's unloading stuff. Like, he stomps up it, and all of a sudden he goes inside the box truck. He comes out. He's just holding a TV. He walks down the ramp in the rain. He comes back.
Is this into your building?
No. It's into the building across the street from me.
So you got a perfect shot.
The best view of it.
From
right?
But you're outside too?
No. I'm watching from my window. We're watching from the window and occasionally opening the terrace door to listen to the people and yelling and stuff like that. So he walks the TV in, right? And all of a sudden, I see, this is like a movie, dude. I see the light turn on in the apartment they're moving into, which is facing the street. So I have a full view of everything that is going to happen. And it's like Rear Window, There's a mother. It's like Rear Window because everyone's jerking off.
Yeah.
No, there's like, there's a mother there. Like, she's obviously, or whatever, some kind of a thing. She's got a baby. I see her moving around.
In the window?
The woman that's moving in, it's obviously like a boy. It's like a couple, and then a friend of theirs is helping out.
So she has an infant?
Inside,
in the rain?
No. They're inside the apartment building. There's a woman, you know.
All right.
So she's in there.
I got it.
But they have no curtains, so I could see everything that's going on. So I watched this guy walk down in the TV with the rain, to go away for a little while, and she's like, she's sitting there. She's got a baby, and then I see him walk in and put the TV down, and then he walks out, and then I see him walk back out in the rain. And so we're just watching this whole thing, and she's just sitting there. She had pizza, so she's just she's just eating pizza casually.
Alex, we hear everything.
Alex, yeah, we hear everything.
Sorry.
Yeah, you're not paying attention. And then
It's a great story. I'm riveted.
so now as he's walking back out, people start honking again. Now that another line of traffic has built up, and again, pouring rain, he comes out and he's like, fucking go around. He's screaming at people. He is like going nuts. And all of a sudden he's starting to do that thing where he's like, he's directing people where he goes, go. He's like telling you got it. He's just yelling at all these guys. He is so mad, this dude, that he's still unloading things, one by one, right? I see him go upstairs, drop stuff off, come back with pizza and a Coke and walk onto the truck. And he sat and ate his pizza in the truck while cars are like beeping, right? So
He's just calmly eating the pizza as these cars are just lined up.
Because they can go around.
That's a guy that sat in 6 hours
Yes,
of traffic. Of standstill traffic.
It's safe to say he's had it.
Yeah.
And so
Oh, Mikey boy, I want to tell you about something.
What's that?
Can I tell you about Brewbag?
Oh, you can.
Dude, I love this. Brewbag is beer pong meets cornhole, and it's fucking fun to play.
I mean, Brewbag really is a perfect sponsor for our show because we love cornhole, we love beer pong, and this is pretty much a combo of both of them. It's as if they listened to the show and were like, what would they like? And then built this for us. And then also started a company.
I gotta be honest, I'm legitimately embarrassed that we didn't think of this. You know what I mean? You ever see something presented to you as a fully cooked business, they're doing great, and then you're like, no, that was me. That should have been me.
Yeah, that was that actually happened to my dad.
Wow.
My dad had an idea with him and his buddy to come up with a inflatable, one of those inflatable pool balls that you bounce around and stuff, but that it was a globe.
Oh.
And then, but like a transparent globe, and then they made them, and then they didn't.
That's a great personal endorsement, Mike. If you are a fan of cornhole or beer pong, this is a must-buy. It's easy to bring to the beach, the park, or summer party and have some fun. We just got one, and I'm legitimately stoked to not only play, we're going to film it because but also, I'm super fucking pumped to dominate you.
You will lose as you've always lost to me in cornhole, but claim that, if it wasn't for the size of the board or if you had 3 more beers or now that you're not drinking, it's because you weren't high. There's always some excuse and it always results in you losing. But I am excited to play this because I do think that even it's going to be, you know what, you will actually, I think it's going to be competitive. I think it's going to be very competitive.
Well, that's because I'm going to take Adderall and super focus.
And I only have my left arm, but still it's going to be pretty,
I'll play lefty.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Let's do that.
Yeah, okay.
Sweet.
I'll play you lefty.
And if you guys want to unleash your aggressive competitive edge, make sure you get Brewbag.
That's right.
Brewbag is durable and highly portable, so you can bring it anywhere.
That's right. Go to brewbag.com. That's BRUBAG.com and use promo code IGP. You get 20% off your order.
What?
Brewbag.com, promo code IGP, 20% off. Do it. It's fucking super fun.
Back to the show. My mom at this point, it's I don't know what time. I have some timestamps later on, but so my mom is going back to her hotel. She's staying very close to me. So we drive. I have to get around that car to get out, thankfully, but I do. And we drop my mom off at the hotel. We come back. The guy is still unloading the car. He's still unloading the truck, right? Again, 45 degrees and horizontal rain. And there's one guy who's in shorts and a t-shirt, and he feels nothing but red. He's just walking through the rain. They're very, very angry, right? So now it's...
Wait, one of the movers?
It's not... I don't think they're movers. It is the two... It is I assume the mother of the child, and then there's the father, and then I think it's a friend of theirs, their boy is helping
and he's in shorts and a t-shirt?
Yeah, and he couldn't be... he's not cold at all. He's so angry that it evaporates before it touches his body. And so this is going on. So that was 10:40. This was all started at 10 o'clock, right? 12 a.m. Worst case scenario, a motherfucking fire truck comes. A fire truck comes down, and now the whole block goes crazy. Everybody... I look out the window and I see them across the way.
Are you still up or had you been asleep?
No, I'm up. I was just on the couch. But so I look and I see them in the second story, hear it, and then just get just so defeated. They were let him fucking beep. And then there's the fire truck and they're like, God damn it. I see that. Oh my God. So he has to and I think there's video, Alex, I have some videos for that. I took video evidence of some of these too. So let's play. Yeah. So there it is. Is there sound? That is with sound, I guess.
Yeah.
All right, so that's the guy. Pause it 1 sec, too. He came out again, yanked up that ramp, fucking shot putted it into the thing, came back. Oh, yeah, let it play a little bit more. So this is just the guy, I think, getting into the truck. And now he's got to go around the block again.
You are such a lunatic, dude. I love that you recorded this.
So, all right, I think that's you don't have to play any more of that video. And then what's the next video of that, Alex? Because there's another one for some reason that was able to
Oh my god!
But
I love that you saw suffering.
yeah,
It's like Rick.
Oh, this is him picking up the ramp. This is fun. Yeah. Dude, watch. You can just hear the sound of it.
Oh my god.
Just furious. The guy's absolutely furious. So, all right, that's enough of that. So, the guy has to go around the block again. Now, here's the good part. When they go around the block, the one guy stays there behind. That's the guy in shorts and in a t-shirt or whatever. And he's standing in the rain. And he's standing with his arm, he's like this. He's holding his arm like it's in a sling position. There he is. There's the guy. So that guy's standing there again, sheets of rain.
In a t-shirt.
Yeah, and he's holding his arm.
He has shorts on too?
Yes, yeah. And he's holding his arm because he's like obviously clearly thrown his shoulder out and yanking these things up and out. So he's standing in the rain, arms crossed, muttering,
dude.
the devil only knows what.
That
and
sucks.
you could tell from all the clean jerking that he was doing. He's holding it up like for support like this.
I have that same anger where you're just like, oh, I'm so fucking furious. Too late. I heard everything.
yeah.
Too late.
So the guy comes back around the block again. Okay, we're at 12:30 almost at 12:30 at this point. He comes back around the block. He rips out the ramp with one arm this time. Rips it out with one arm, throws it down, walks up the ramp, and starts unloading the truck. I look in the window, and the woman, the girlfriend, is just watching all of this. You know, she's just kind of like that sucks for them. Kind of all these guys are like soaking wet and fucking miserable. You know, so. 12:30 comes, and now a van can't get through, and the entire block transforms into a horn section. I said,
oh my God.
Our hero is fundamentally broken in every sense of the word. Here's one of the greatest things, and I don't mean to build this up. It's one of the greatest things I've ever seen in my life. Alex, get this one queued up. He walks out. And everyone's honking, and he sees everybody honking, and he walks out to the truck, and he walks where he's going to pick up the ramp, but instead walks right up the ramp and looks at them and continues unloading, ignoring all of the trucks that can't get through. He's had enough. He's unloading it. Fuck you and fuck everybody. Play that video, Alex, of him walking up the truck. It's one of the...
You got the shot?
I think I got the shot.
Like E.T. going up into the...
It's a little. It's one of the. Yeah,
There's
it's
a red
one of
light
the
behind him.
of the last one that you asked me to change the name of, whatever it was. I don't know what.
I know.
Okay, watch. Wait. Yeah. Is that what sound? Oh, okay. Wait. Look at it. Okay. Oh wait. Cancel that out. That's the wrong video. You played the wrong video. God damn it. I don't know where that video. That's like 2 videos behind that, I think. Hello.
I
didn't know what to say.
You had us label them all the same word pretty much.
What was the ones after fire truck label?
Anger?
Those 2. Anger. Yes. Anger.
Anger.
All of these are just so unacceptable.
Now watch. Oh, there he is walking in. He's walking into the house. Now play the next one. Man, this slowed down to a glacial pace. A glacial pace. I don't even think... Oh, there's the guy. Did you see the look?
Wow.
Go back to that look. Look at him. He walks up. My door is closed, so it's muffled, but you can hear the honk. And just...
Oh, my God.
Just looks at them as he's walking up like, you want me to go get it? Come fight me about it. Come fight me, right?
Oh,
So
my God.
As he's walking up, he grabs like a single lamp and then walks down with it. And again, pouring rain, every car honking, buddy, let's go. He's not moving at all. He's going purposefully slow. He's fucking at it. So he goes
What
up.
time is this?
This is at 12:30.
Okay.
So he goes up into the apartment, and the woman again is holding this. I see her holding the baby in the apartment, and she's kind of like at the window, like looking out, bouncing the baby and stuff like that. Because now it is what it is. So, all of a sudden, our hero, he comes out again, and he walks up the ramp again, ignoring the second time, dude. It's been 10 to 15 minutes now of no one able to get through. So the line of cars is an avenue long at this point. And this guy
they all blaring their horns.
blaring their horn. The horns
dude.
and the horizontal rain have never stopped during this, just in case you needed to know.
How did nobody call the cops?
They might have, but how are they going to get through? The whole block was blocked off.
Send the horse cops.
So he continues to do it. The cars now decide that this guy has officially snapped. He's not helping them. So he gets, the other car drivers are getting out of their cars to help direct cars to get through. So they're like, so now they're all starting to help each other. There's some little teamwork. Again, now they're standing in the rain, directing one another. And as they're, cars are still kind of honking, but being able to make it through. So it seems a little calm, like things have kind of relaxed. And then, like the fucking backstage of Maury, out comes running the mother with the baby in the cold, in the rain.
What?
Play the video. The last one.
What?
The mother, look, here she comes. She's coming out. She's coming out with the baby. Look, she walks out right there with the baby and goes up to the driver and goes, I think you can hear it. So, pause it. So first off, she walks up and with the baby, because that was the guy honking, and she just goes, you got it? And then he was like, yeah, I think so. She's like, yeah, sorry. I just can't do anything about it because I have an 8-month-old baby here, so I can't really do anything about it. And she's like, again, has an 8-month in the freezing rain standing there. Everybody's had it. Everybody has had it.
That kid is dead. There is no doubt in my mind that kid caught glacial pneumonia and fucking froze. Froze from the inside out.
1 a.m. still there. 1:15. The wind has picked up tremendously. The trees were like bending. That was the kind of wind it was, in addition to the rain. 1:30, still there.
Oh my God.
2 a.m.
Are people still honking?
Occasionally, yeah. They'll be beeping and stuff like that.
When new people come.
Yes, yeah.
They'll honk and then the others are like, yeah, should we? And they're like, oh, I forgot there's a baby. 2
a.m. I go to bed. And they were still there. They were still there when I fell asleep. And then at 2...
Were you watching the whole time? Like, fixed?
No, I for a while I was during the dramatic moments. And then I was just periodically checking in. And 2:10 a.m., 10 minutes after I go to sleep, I get woken up to the sound of him yanking that ramp up again and shoving it
my God.
There's no way that they finished unloading that thing with just those two guys, one with half an arm and a baby. And it was like, that might have been the worst moving story I've ever seen in my life. And I felt so bad, but I was so happy to have a front row seat and to be like dry and warm. And
well, not to mention all their things, like unless their sofa was covered in plastic, it's like ruined.
Yeah, they had some of those moving carpets draped.
Oh,
but
good. So it soaked into the electronics.
There was no shot, and I can't. I've never seen anything. I mean, it took that was my whole Friday night. Was watching that series unfold. I mean, for minimum, again, 4 hours they were there, but I can't even think about how to be moving to get to your unload destination at 10:30 at night.
Right.
Ugh.
Dude.
The day.
They must have been coming from like Alaska.
Even if it was Jersey and they left at 4 and had to go down through Bowery, that's enough time to take hours. But I couldn't. It was some of the greatest stuff I've ever witnessed in my life. Because I would have killed 100 people. Wouldn't you? By the third, I'm surprised it took him having to go around the block 3 separate times before he was snapped and said,
Finished.
I'm done.
Yeah. Yeah, it probably would have been 1 or 2 for me. You know?
At one point, I'm just watching and going, what are they going to do? Like, the guy almost wants to cry, but he's too mad. And you want to go like, why don't you just park the truck somewhere else, unload the rest of the stuff tomorrow, man? You know, like, give yourself the night off.
Yeah, but it's like $400 for an extra day.
Yeah, but he was...
You get hosed.
I mean, I felt him walking. Like, that's how hard he was stomping.
God, that's
in
why
the
you
rain.
never help friends.
Oh, yeah. That's also... I bet that he will never move in again. I bet he'll pay movers going forward.
It's always worth it.
Always.
It's always worth it.
I never have, and I've never gotten movers before, but I'll never move without them anymore. Because the last time I did it, I was like, it would have been worth every penny to have movers.
Yeah.
Do they wrap your stuff up for you? Do they
No,
pack?
I mean, there
They
are
do.
services that do that, yeah.
Because I wonder, like, things like my bed frame, like, who takes that apart? Am I taking that
you.
apart? And then I have to remember how to put it back together?
I mean, at this point, there's got to be services that just do everything for you. But then you got to worry about, getting shit lifted, not having
Or how they put it back
inventory,
together.
how they put it back together, all that stuff. I don't know. I always get worried about that, but I always pack and then I hire people. But Nicole, I think I told this on the podcast, but she is like insane. She helps the movers, and I'm like, I am not doing that.
Yeah.
I'm sitting here and I'm looking up pop culture stuff.
In case there's a momentary lull
I
in
have
the podcast.
the worst heartburn. Is that what it's called when you get that like burn and you're like burping
In your heart?
and you have all that like
Acid reflux.
acid reflux?
You know, I used to get that. You know what they call? You know
my
when
God.
I would always take it to like it felt like there's lava in the back of in the bottom of your throat. That's acid reflux. I used to get that all the time as a kid when I was
Really?
eating McDonald's a bunch, and then it was like, and drinking soda a lot, and I just would be like. You guys all get this, right? That like fire breath where it's almost like, puke at the bottom of your throat.
Yeah, it's just air
Spicy puke.
Air puke.
Yeah, and then, you'd have to like...
Oh man, I ate so much last night, dude.
Why?
Yesterday I went it was B-Tags' birthday, oft mentioned buddy
Yes.
of mine, and we 4 of us went to play golf. We went to play 9 holes. And I don't know if you went outside yesterday, but it was 250 degrees Fahrenheit outside. Dude, it was insane. I've never played golf at those conditions. It's just beating on our backs, and it's like everything becomes like super arduous, and I was exhausted. We're also smoking, they're drinking, I'm smoking. At one point they did this, I don't even know what it was called, but they did a shot of Red Bull. What is the Red Ball? No, what is that? Fireball, and then and then pounded a 5-hour energy drink as the chaser.
Yeah, okay, so that's like a Red Bull vodka instead of Red Bull whiskey, or,
Red Bull 5-hour energy drink.
Yeah.
Whatever. Yeah. That's insane.
Stimulant depressant one, too.
Yeah, but either way, it was super fun. So we have a great time golfing. We play 9 holes. No way we're doing 18. And then we all go to dinner, and we went to dinner at this place where B-Tags used to work, and but it's changed like 6 names at this point. But then 9 of my buddies that we've, grown up together, been friends since we were 10 years old, sat down to dinner and had fucking an awesome meal. There's no good story. There's no funny. There's no funny to what I'm about
You're
to say.
doing Sagalow's set from his birthday.
Yeah. That's exactly what's happening.
Well, why don't we talk about the next day we saw each other, Saturday? This was my...
I realized like midway through, I was like, there is not a thing I could go to nip this up.
Well, we had a fun... We were both doing... I was doing Old Man Hustle for the first time.
Mm-hmm.
So I go into Brooklyn, and I was running late for what... I forgot why, but I was running late for some reason. And as I'm there, I probably had like 20 minutes to my spot, maybe 15. But, I'm not worried about it. It just can't be taught. I'm going to park. So I start looking for parking, and there is 2 to 3 million people on the streets and driving the cars
Full pour
in Brooklyn.
Oh, my God. I'm your special little boy.
Mike just got a water from G Mike.
A full pour.
So I can't find parking anywhere. There's so many people on the streets. People are double parked. The streets are so narrow. It felt claustrophobic almost in that borough, you know? So I'm driving around looking for spots. All of a sudden my time, I think, was supposed to be 8:40 or something.
Do you know what that area looks like? It kind of looks like where they had that bank or the chase scene in The Town.
Yeah,
You know, when they light the van on fire or whatever and then take the Jeep.
Yeah.
That one. It looks, those tight corridors in North End or whatever it is.
Yeah.
It looks exactly like that.
Very tight streets, so narrow streets, so people, and there's just, people jaywalking. It's pandemonium. It feels like a parade just exploded. So, so I'm going around. I can't find parking. It's 8:35. My spot's at 8:40. It's 8:39 or whatever. So I start texting Harrington being like, I don't know what to do. There's no parking. I'm not going to make my spot. He goes, you relax. You got, we're 10 minutes behind, and then Corinne Fisher is going up before you. So
Was he at the club?
He's like, he managed, he's booking at the club.
No, I know that. No, it's great.
Yeah.
But he was there. He wasn't on vacation.
He wasn't there, which I find out later. So
I
he
was gonna
goes,
say, he's definitely not.
so
here.
he's like, you got like 20 minutes. I'm like, okay, gravy. So now I relax a little bit as I'm going to look for more parking. I'm starting to drift maybe a little further away than I would and go back the other side a little further away. And there's zero parking. There's no parking in the borough of Brooklyn. I'm convinced. Not even metered spots. There's nothing. So I'm like, it's been 20 more minutes. And
Dude,
I go,
and there's so many juicy ass spots that, like, for one reason are like, can't park here, fuck your face. And it's
Yeah.
like, why?
Yeah.
Why is this no parking? It
might
doesn't
be a
make
driveway
sense.
someday.
Yeah.
You're like, but it's a sidewalk now. So I lose my mind. I text Harrington again. I go, what's going on now? And that's when he's like, I don't know. I'm in South Carolina, wherever the fuck he is. And so I go, dude, I'm not gonna make the show. I thought about just going home, and I was like, you know what? I was like, if there's somebody that could come out. I asked when I found out he wasn't there. I go, can you come out and sit in my car? And he goes, I'm not there. He goes, I'll have somebody come out and sit in the car. I go, great. So I pull up right in front of the club, and this kind of felt like a cool Seinfeld treatment because I pulled up and literally right up front, outside the front door.
Not a Porsche, a Honda.
Yeah. In a black Porsche Civic. And I pull up, and there's, security guy there's going to watch it, and then another kid's going to watch it. So I just get out of there.
Did you tip them?
They were comics. No. No, I didn't tip them.
You should have slipped them a Finsky, been like, thanks for your time.
No.
Why? That would have been real.
Because I was mad that I was there.
That would have.
I was so mad.
Them.
I was so mad at the lack of parking that I was like, I was mad that they wanted me to still go on stage. I was like, I wish Harrington would have been like, it's cool, dude. Like, the show's running behind anyway. Just don't worry about
Here's
it.
money.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
Treat yourself to a nice
So they
drink.
were like, no, go in. So it felt cool though because I got to go in there, and that space is incredible.
It's awesome.
I'm shocked.
Yeah, it's
especially
an
knowing what I
ideal
know
room.
about the original place, that it is that good. It was completely packed, and I went up. It was an awesome moment. I walk in, I peel the curtain back right as the host is walking on stage. I look around the room for 2 seconds. All of a sudden, she's bringing me on stage. Have a great set.
Oh, it's like the opposite of what happened to me at Sagalow's.
Yeah. Packed. Everyone's having a great time.
Yeah, you came in, just hair good, walked right on stage. Hey, how you doing? We love you.
Yeah.
I walked into Brendan's. They're like, we're done. Yeah. We're done.
So I go up. Thankfully, I'm so happy I didn't leave because I had a great set. They were really fun. And then I go back out. I high five them. I peel off, and I go, get me the fuck out of this borough. I get 4 blocks away, and then you text me, and you're like, I forgot you were on the next show, and you're like, I'm here 3 hours early. What do you want to do? So then I turned back around and then picked you up, and then we just
I can't be taunted. I actually got a spot, and I gotta tell you, my threshold for my patience was 0.
This was the night after.
This was the night after
you couldn't find parking.
The driving debacle and parking and all that shit. And so the next night I got into Brooklyn, same thing. I made one swoop around. I was like, if I can't find parking in the next 10 seconds, I'm fucking out of here.
Yeah.
And then I was like, I just found parking.
And then I pick you up in my car because I'm like, there's nowhere to park. Let's just go a couple avenues away where there's less people. We could just fucking hang or whatever. And then as we get a couple avenues away, I immediately find a spot. Now that the spot's over, there's a spot just waiting for us.
So many.
And then we just fucking chilled, smoked for a little while, and then you had to go do your show. But what happened there?
I went on stage. There was a bunch of children in there. Not children, but like 22.
Oh.
Like, like visibly young. I guess, I'm just not adjusting to age well.
Yeah.
No, but I don't even perceive it. But when you see it laid out in front of you, like that's what 21 looks like, you're like, oh, wow, yeah, I haven't looked like that in a while.
Yeah. I'll never look like that again.
Yeah, no, not at all. I got crow's feet, dude.
Yeah, you just start changing your fucking actor's access age range. You're like, all right, 29.
That's when you want to make your Irish goodbye.